Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra-bhashya-krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Shruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-pada Shankaram Loka-shankaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha Samasta Guru Parampara Namaha. Hari Om. So we are in third verse of Sadhana Panchakam. We saw the first line. What is that? Vakyarthascha vicharyatam Srutishira Paksha Samasriyatam. It's 2 pointers Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji gave. That Vakya arthascha vicharyatam. We should really inquire into the meaning of the Upanishadic statements, contemplate on them, and take refuge. What? In the truth. That Sutipaksha. Sutishira Paksha means Vedanta. Samyak ashriyatam. So take the support or shelter, take refuge in that what? Truth of the Upanishadic statements. Sutishiraha, Pakshaha, Samyak Ashriyata. Now these two we saw. And we saw in the first line of these 2 pointers of sadhana speaks about Shravanam. Now second one is second line, the 2 pointers second line speaks about Mananam. Dustarkat suviramyatam Shrutimatastarko nusandhiyatam. Now he says 2 things. Dustarkat suviramyatam. Avoid or withdraw totally, do not engage at any cost in perverse arguments. Dustarka. Perverse arguments, logic and reason. Do not engage yourself. Do not entertain yourself. Do not get dragged into the perverse arguments of various people who follow various other siddhantas. Now see friends, in what is actually all these 2 bits are speak about Mananam only. In Mananam, actually what is Mananam? Mananam is what actually to filter out. We must actually study the scriptures and completely delete, remove from our understanding all those contrary to Upanishadic teachings. All those statements which are contrary to Upanishadic statement, because 2 points are important. One is assertion. Upanishadic statements assert that Jiva is Brahman, Advaita. So one is we have to study all those things. Second thing is there are many things which are incomplete, which are not correct, which are many other siddhantas of other systems of philosophy, like any other Nastikavada you take, any other Tarkavada, Tarka Pradhana Shastras are there, like Sankhya, Yoga, all this. We also use Tarka, that we will come to later on. So Kevala Tarka Pradhana Shastras are there, and they are all based upon Dvaita and not on Advaita. And Upanishads, what Pratipadanam? Upanishad Pratipadanam is what? Advaitam only, not Dvaitam. That has been proved by Adi Shankaracharya ji in all his commentaries. So now, what is happening is, all those logic and reason, if you study all the logic and reasoning of Tarka, based on Dvaita, which prove Dvaita is the foundation. They don't talk about Advaita Vastu. They talk Jiva is always there, Jiva and Paramatma is there, and some are Nirishwaravada, some they don't accept Ishvara at all. So there are so many Siddhantas are there. All those philosophies are what? Tarka Pradhana Shastras. And they give only logic. Now we should understand that one is they're all speaking incomplete or wrong things, meaning the Dvaita Pratipadana. So we must know that Dvaita Pratipadita Shastras are all not complete, not correct actually, not complete, not correct. So I should know how they speak also. What is the other Purapakshi or opponent's view when I study? Then I can get Swapaksha, whatever my Paksha is there, in that I get lot of strength. So to strengthen my Siddhanta of Advaita, I must also study all other Siddhantas, how they present and twist or present ultimately to Advaita. See, the truth is Advaita only. All these great systems of philosophies, they take us to up to some extent, no doubt about it. But the final things only, there is a little bit of conflict. As our sadhanas are considered, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi said very beautifully that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. This particular sutra is there of Yoga Sutras. Atha yoga anushasanam. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. No, this yoga definition of chitta vritti nirodha is common to all yogas. Bhakti yoga, jnana yoga. You take any other adhyatmic sadhana, this is a common thing. So we don't oppose. Only opposition is when what is the Swarupa of Jiva and what is Swarupa of Brahman, and actually Jiva and Brahman is one and the same. There the problem comes. So we should study all those things which promote the Dvaita philosophy so that I know how to reject it. And also, so Paramata Kandanam and Swapaksha whatever it is there, it has to be strengthened. So both work has to be done so that I will not get any doubt will be there. So one is Ajnana Nivritti through Shravanam. All that. Samshaya, all will go through Mananam. So to gain the doubt-free knowledge, I must have both. That is, to study all those which do not support Advaita and how they have their logic. If I study, then only I can understand how they are going wrong, where they are going wrong, I can reject it. And also I must strengthen the Advaita Shastra Upanishadic from Advaita point of view, because that is ultimately truth. So then I can really establish myself in my own Siddhanta. Now this entire exercise is called Mananam. Therefore, two things, Dustarkatsu Ramyata, we should not entertain. So because why? In Vedanta, that's why we stress upon Shraddha. Shraddha, what is the basis for Shraddha? Logic, you tell. There is no logic. What is the reasoning? No reasoning. No tarka there. Shraddha is beyond tarka. Faith is beyond tarka. Because Veda speaks about what? Atindriya Vishayeshu Veda Pramana. So I must have Shraddha in Veda and I must have Shraddha in Vedanta Shastra. So Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhi Avadhana, the Shraddha aspect is brought into. So everything cannot be brought into under the microscope through logic and reasoning. It cannot, because all these the ultimate understanding or realization is beyond logic, beyond intellect. So when we get caught up only in logic, we are only entertaining the intellect, entertaining more and more vrittis, and we get stuck up there. Therefore, first is we should never ever entertain. So Shraddha is there. My Guru told, Advaita Shastra speaks about it, Advaita Upanishad speaks about it. Have Shraddha in it. I may not have realized. Doesn't matter. So belief in what you have not seen, and the reward of which is that you experience what you have believed in. That is called Shraddha. Dhaya Shraddha, which upholds the faith, your own concept that you have derived from the Guru and Shastra. So therefore, one is we should not entertain any perverse argument. Don't waste time in arguments. There's no need. Somebody comes and tells. So once some people, one or two people came to meet me. I said, okay, they met. And they said, Swamiji, we don't believe in God. So you made a statement. They neither studied Shastras, nor trained, nothing. There's no, simply that I don't believe in God. And why should I waste my time there? Then at that time, because to argue also there must be some base, no? If two people of same level or same understanding, some study subject together, then there can be any argument and discussion. Simply a murkha comes and tells that I don't believe in God. First of all, one Swami Chidrupananda told, somebody told, I don't believe in God. Then Swamiji asked him, oh, which God you don't believe in? So he defined what he understood, the concept of God he defined. And then Swamiji said, oh, in that God even I don't believe. So then two people came, we don't believe in God. I said, that's fine. You tell me, you came to ashram, what do you want to have, coffee or tea? I asked them. Why should I waste time? There is no foundational knowledge, nothing, no exposure, simple thought that I don't believe in God. Because, all that they want, they think God also can be, as Swami Chinmaya always would say, he can be put in test tube and see, oh, this God is there. Yes, God is realized. Yes. It's not a test tube experiment. So, one beautiful sadhana is that do not involve and waste your time in perverse arguments. Oh, okay. It means logic we don't use. No, Vedanta Shastra uses logic. In fact, all our Advaita Acharyas are better logicians. And through logic only, we have studied Upanishads and scriptures, when we study, we'll understand. When we study the other Brahma Sutras, Siddhanta Sangraha, all those books, when we study, we think that, the other logic person of the other Siddhanti, almost he is beating us. But then our Acharya gives a beautiful logic and, oh, this is correct. So all our great acharyas are greater logicians. So only through logic only they used to defeat other logicians and establish Advaita. Bhagavan Shankaracharya did this. All great other acharyas have done that. So it's a great exercise for us. So that there is no question of doubt will be there. No doubt will be left in my mind as regards to truth is concerned. Nothing. So therefore, one is dustarkat suviramyata. Very beautiful sadhana. And there is no need to, everybody can't be convinced, because I said basic foundational knowledge and understand, one who is willing to willing to listen, willing to get trained. First of all, you study Vedanta completely. Then you can reject it, isn't it? Without understanding, without studying Bhagavad Gita, you just say, no, I don't believe in Gita. It's all nonsense. What, it doesn't contain anything. Have you read it? Have you understood it? What are the interpretations? Then you can reject it, isn't it? Here say we hear, oh, I don't believe in that. That kind of people, why should we waste our time? And we can conquer such people, great masters have said. But all wanted love. All wanted to receive compassion, kindness, help. And when you start compassionate the way, the great masters have taught that compassion, Adveshta Sarabhutana Maitra Karuna Evacha. And these practice these values, I may not believe certain things, but then when some guru loves everyone equally, and then that love is such, and then slowly the person, because when I love the person and I have faith in that, oh, this person loves me, it is proved beyond doubt. So what he or she speaks to me, we need not be doubted. He or she speaks to me only for my good. So then they become available to listening. For that also, person should be available. You want to receive the love and kindness and compassion. So first best is dustarkat suviramyata. Then Srutimatah tarka anusandhiyata. See, constantly we must actually what do you call always take the support of the logic given in the scriptures. See, Srutimataha Tarkaha Anusandhiyata. We follow Tarka. When does Sankhya follow? We use logic. Vedanta uses logic. But to make our Siddhanta stronger. Therefore, so we use logic as a subsidiary tool to understand Vedanta. And our logic is far better because it can defeat the other, the logic of other systems of philosophy. They are incomplete. Certain times when we read Bhashya, we just pages after pages we read, or some Shastras, and we feel that, whether we don't know whether it is an Purapakshi or Siddhanti speaking, because they look so convincing. Unless the Siddhanti comes, Acharya comes, and then takes out, oh, this is a fallacy, this is a fallacy, this is a fallacy. Then only we understand, oh, this is correct, oh, this is correct. That's why teacher is necessary. Then, after that conviction, that, you when you're so much convinced about the great, I just tell you one great Swamiji used to be there. He attained Samadhi, he lived 93 years, Advaiti, Paramadvaiti, great sannyasi. He's also a disciple of Swami Shivananji Maharaj. Took Diksha from Shivananji only. He was living alone. For about 50-60 years, he was living alone. Great man. So he told, when he was living in a small village type, small hillock, there the local, people used to come and he used to love everyone. So he used to, some other religious people also used to come. So then they he used to speak very good stories and then to them, encourage them. And somebody came from that, and then they said, Swamiji, you get converted to us. We give you money, we give you good ashram, you are teaching better things. I think we need you. Swami said, get out, what nonsense you are talking. When we are established in that supreme knowledge, what are you talking about this and that? He said, now if that is the thinking now you have, please don't come. Such a beautiful knowledge of Advaita Vedanta. Nobody can touch you. That's a conviction. Therefore, take the support of logic. But only Tarka you depend without Shraddha. I don't believe I have no Shraddha. Like, all the material scientists and they want only everything to be proved. That is not possible because many things are beyond our intellect. Because our ranges are limited. Our Indriya Grahana are limited. Understanding is limited. We don't know many things in the universe and cosmos, the truths beyond. Oh, many lokas exist. What is the pramana? Veda pramana. Dharma and adharma, amurti. Dharma is amurti. It cannot be seen, but it is there. Papa punya, Swarga, Naraka, all these lokas, people go. Yes, they're all there. They're all inward state. That's okay, whatever you define, but they're all there. We don't know, we cannot see. What is the pramana? That if I do Papa, I'll go to Naraka. The Upanishads are, the Veda pramana. Karma Siddhanta. What is the pramana? Veda pramana. So, therefore, Shankaracharya says, Dustarkat suviramyata. Avoid perverse. Sutimata tarka anusandhiyata. Take support of. So, thus, both the ways, when I remove both everything I study, these are perverse arguments. After studying, I will understand. Rejected it. These are all the beautiful logic in support of Advaita Vedanta. Perfectly correct, understood, beyond doubt. So, this entire exercise, after listening to scriptures from the teacher, is called Mananam. Think. So, what should we do for Mananam? Every day. So, therefore, Naisha Maiti Na Yesha Mati Tarkena Apaniya. This kind of that realization or understanding is just not awakening. It doesn't happen through Tarka. So, there is a beautiful thing. What is Mananam? The entire exercise is called Mananam. What is that Mananam? See, Srutasya Advitiya Vastuno Vedanta Anuguna Yuktibihi Anavaratam Anuchintanam is Mananam. Srutasya Advitiya Vastuna. No, whatever you have heard from the Guru about Advitiya Vastu. How can Jiva be Brahman? Logic is there. Understand. But then very clearly, after understanding it, it becomes crystal clear. Yes, Upadhibaddha, Jiva, Upadhi is gone. The consciousness alone is there. It remains. It becomes the one Avacheda Vada, Pratibimba Vada. All these Vadas are given to make us understand something which is beyond, something which is very subtle to understand. So very clearly, these great teachers have said. So when we study this kind of, I'm having heard, I must spend lot of time in manthan, like churning. Mananam is churning inside. Churning. So that I become, mind doesn't get deviation. See, by mananam, beautiful things happen. Let us see now. Let us analyze. Meaning, by spending lot of time in reflecting, in that churning, what happens? First thing, if you spend considerable amount of time in mananam every day, first thing is that habitual tendencies or habitual running of the mind like a wild horse into the world outside will get curtailed. Remember, when you are totally busy throughout the day, occupied constructively, meaning a lot of work after work is there, constructive work you are doing. There you find your mind is not distracted. When there is no work, nothing to achieve, nothing, no target or no purpose for the day, then mind just runs havoc. So first and foremost thing in Mananam is what? Unwanted wanderings of the mind is automatically curtailed. Mind's exposure to the outer world is totally reduced or nullified, brought to a zero level if we go completely get absorbed in Mananam. First benefit. Second benefit is that whatever I have heard, Srutasya Advitiya Vastuno Vedanta. Vedanta Anuguna Yuktibihi. And then whatever I heard, when I am using it, what? The logic that is supported by Vedanta. Same, Sutimata. Vedanta Anuguna Yuktibihi, meaning Sutimata Tarkaha. That logic which is given in the Vedanta Shastra. I study that very regularly. I apply those logic. The logic of what? Oh, the Paramatma, that me, the higher self, is beyond Panchakoshatitaha. I am beyond Panchakoshas. How a logic is given? Why I am not the body? Why I cannot be the mind? Why I cannot be the buddhi? Why I cannot be the prana? Why even I cannot be the ego, the entity, the limited entity? Tarka is given, logic is given in Shruti, Shastras. Please think about it, they say. Shruti Mata makes us think. So I am not the body. There's so many simple logic also is there. Now, what is the guarantee that I exist after death? It is. What was the guarantee that I existed before and I will exist after dropping the body? The logic is there. So, Shastra explains. Why I am beyond this Panchatatvas? Why I am beyond this? Shastra explains. Think. Therefore, Vedanta Anuguna Yuktibhihi Anavaratam Anuchintanam. Constantly thinking about it. So what happens in Mananam? My Advaita Siddhanta whatever I study, I hear from the master, it becomes solidified, solid. It becomes, unshakable conviction I get. Unshakable conviction is the result of mananam. And the best way to make this knowledge our own with firm conviction is to share with others. I heard Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmaya again and again telling, please, wherever you are, under whatever banner you have studied Vedanta, under whichever Guru you have studied, after all, the Shastra is one, Veda is one, Adi Shankara, our Acharya, is one, Advaita Acharya. Everyone look up to him alone. So always he would say, Swamiji would say, Chinmayananji would say, so Puja Gurudev would say that whatever you have learned in life, take it as a responsibility to share, to teach to others. It may be one person, it may be two people. Spread this. In that very effort, I have to study, to teach. So mind is disciplined. When I share, having understood from my gurus, then I reflected, then I wanted to teach, so I study again and again in a better way. Then my Siddhanta becomes stronger and stronger. My conviction grows. Only knowledge, when you share, it grows. Anything else you share, any object, it diminishes. You lose and others gain. And everything, whatever you share, anything vastu, you lose. Others share, others get it. But in knowledge is such, the more you share, more you grow. Your knowledge is like, deep se deep jalana hota hai. Like lighting a light lamp is lighted with another lamp. So therefore, this mananam yuktibihi, Vedanta anugana yuktibihi, logic that is supported in Vedanta, taking that logic support, anavaratam, constantly, anuchintanam, meditating, contemplating, reflecting, is called mananam. Therefore, these two, the one is avoid perverse arguments and take the support of logic which is given in scriptures, and understand this from the teacher. And more, we become strong in ourselves, pakka. We get deeply rooted in knowledge of Vedanta. Once I get convinced, then I can meditate. No doubt about it. If I'm meditating on Bhagavan Krishna, Krishna is there or not, Rama is there or not, or Paramatma is there or not, all the doubts, I'm convinced. My Guru is there, I can meditate on my Guru. That conviction is required. Okay. So thus we have seen this very important aspects of, that's called mananam. In the third verse, second line we saw. So thank you. And today I conclude here. And next class we see about Nididhyasanam Brahmasmiti Vibhavyata. That we will see next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. Hari Om.